and Happy New Year! I hope you had a wonderful start to 2018 and that it's an amazing year so far. I know we're only a few days in, but anyways, if you hear anything, by the way, that's my dog and cat who are still a little freaked out by the fireworks last night, as am I. So yeah, it's the 1st of January for me. You are already further in the future. Is everything still okay? I hope so. Anyways, I thought what better time to talk about New Year's plans. Not resolutions, but plans. And yeah, it's basically just about my channel, this channel, and some things I want to do with it in the new year, and also like reading related things, because this is reading related, I guess. So maybe grab a hot drink, get comfy, and let's talk through this. So first of all, I guess the basic stuff, I will still post a video every single week, every Wednesday. That won't change. Also about my SMP series, I did think about stopping that. I know I only did like 4 videos, or at the moment 3, but I'm working on December. And I wasn't quite sure if I could handle it still, and also if I still wanted to do it. However, whilst I was thinking about all of this morning I woke up on the 1st of January with like the vision of how to start January SMP. So I guess I'll continue. We'll see how much footage I get and how I feel. But at the moment the idea is to continue, and yeah, I guess I'll do that. However, I will take more time to edit them, because as of now I've tried to do it within the month as soon as I had the footage, and that did work like stress-wise. It was quite nice not to have this whole chunk of footage that I needed to edit like all at once. However, that kind of to me made it feel like the video wasn't one part, but it was kind of, yeah, split up into things. So I will like give myself more time, not try to upload it the first week of the next month. And yeah, I hope that's okay for you. Maybe the videos will get a bit shorter if I don't have enough footage, because I'm not that much into this whole vlogging everything yet. We'll see. If you have any ideas about this, or if you're monthly vlogging yourself, please let me know and give me tips and all that stuff. Speaking of monthly videos, my wrap-ups. I don't know what to do about them, because honestly I don't feel like making a wrap-up of everything I've read and watched each month anymore. It was nice for the time being, but I'm not quite sure if that's how I want to represent the stories I consume that month. So I'm thinking about doing it a bit like Jesse the Reader does with like his recent reads, so that I just kind of, yeah, pick out the ones I actually liked, because I never like talking negatively about anything. So maybe I'll just not talk about the things that I didn't enjoy as much, and only pick out like some favorites, and then post a video every 2 months or something like that. I still want to do it with like films and books and the shows and all of that stuff together, maybe even music if I do it like not as frequently. I could add some new music I've listened to in that time period, so I might do that, but I'm not quite sure how exactly to do that. Sometimes it's nice to have some not completely enthusiastic opinions on something if you're not quite sure if it's your thing. So I might do that like if I think it's important, or if it's like something really popular and I have reasons, actual reasons to disagree with that. But I think I would just prefer talking about the things I'm really enthusiastic and happy about, because that's what I like sharing, and then I don't have enough, or it doesn't feel to me as if I have enough for each month. So yeah, again, if you have any ideas how to do this, if you have a certain way of doing this, if you know another booktuber or whatever who does things like this. I don't want to do favorites each month. I think it's the monthly bit that's kind of not my thing. But if you have any ideas for this, then please let me know. Whilst on the topic of reviews, I'm gonna quit Goodreads, which I know is kind of weird because it's like the website for booktubers and book lovers, but it just doesn't work for me. I do like the way that you can like share your reading experience, but that's something I'm already doing here. And the way you catalog things doesn't work for me, because I already catalog things like handwritten in a notebook, where I can just flip through and see what I read and watch and all that stuff. And I have my own system and that works for me. I go onto the website each time I make a web-up video and like link the things I read in the description and then add them to my read list. I don't really use it for my reading process, it just feels like something I have to do, like it's obligatory for booktubers to have Goodreads. And then I always feel bad because I'm not caught up on Goodreads with what I'm actually reading. So yeah, I'm gonna quit Goodreads. I still will put Goodreads links to books I talk about on this channel in the description, but I don't need to be a member for that. And then there are two things that I will newly introduce to this channel, which are first of all Disney Sloppy Seconds. Again, something I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do it yet. But the basic idea is that I haven't seen a lot of Disney classics. I know, shocker. I'm actually a big Disney fan, but there's a lot of classics I haven't seen. I've never seen The Little Mermaid. I've never seen the entirety of Lion King. I know, I'm sorry. And a lot of those films have second parts, they have sequels that I also haven't seen, obviously, and that are mostly really, really bad. So the idea is that hopefully with some friends I will watch those films and then make a video judging them and talking about our experiences and maybe the way we experienced them watching them the first time if we have already seen them, and why the second part was worse or better or whatever. I just think it's a fun idea. However, first of all, not a lot of my friends want to be on camera, which is totally fine. That's obviously totally okay, that's their decision, but it means that I don't really have people to film the videos with. I do have a few, but I can't just make videos with the same 3 people again and again. Well, I can, I love those people, but still. The original idea was to do it each month, but I'm not quite sure if that's gonna work. Maybe I'm gonna do it like every 2 or 3 months and then pack some films together. I'm not quite sure yet. I do have a list of 12 films, so it might work monthly, but then again, if I do a Disney Sloppy Seconds every month and then something web-uppy every second month, that's a lot of things that are already there, and then SMP every month. Like, there's not much space for my own videos left for like poetry and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll figure it out. Somehow it's all gonna work, but just so you know, Disney Sloppy Seconds is something I will make and I want to make and will work somehow. I just need more people to film with. And the second thing is Ricarda Rambles reads. I already talked about this in my video response in my last Ricarda Rambles to Ariel Gosset, because I want to review books that I read at uni and also like other books, but I'm not good at making reviews. I get like really rambly, and especially with uni books it's more about like the discussion and thoughts on it than the actual book itself. So I'm gonna like make a separate bit of this Ricarda Rambles series and call it Ricarda Rambles Reads and just ramble about books, because that's something I can do. I don't have coherent thoughts, but I can ramble. I'm really good at that. So that's something that's gonna happen. The first one will probably be about George Eliot, because that's the one that's been like on my mind for forever. So I want to talk about that. I have a lot to talk about with that, so that's gonna happen soon. So yeah, I guess that kind of leads to my reading plans for 2018. And the first of that is also kind of related to Ricarda Rambles Reads, because we have a list of books and like, yeah, literature we have to read for university, the so-called department list, which has about, I think it's like 140 pieces of literature, and I have to read them. Like, they probably won't ask me about them, but you know, maybe they will. So that's kind of divided into 8, yeah, time errors, I guess, and I probably still have 4 semesters to go, one of which will be writing my bachelor's thesis. So I'm gonna try to read 2 of those errors each semester and then probably make a Ricarda Rambles about it. With those, I'm not gonna make reviews of specific pieces, probably, who knows, but more about like the time period and my impressions of it and like authors that kind of stand out to me. So I'm not gonna do them about each period, maybe about the ones I prefer or whatever, but yeah, that's something I have to do and will do and will in some form share with you guys. And then of course there's my free time reading, because I don't only read for university, even though it's a lot and I don't have much time left. As you might know, I like to pick a book series to read within the year. 2 years ago it was Harry Potter, finally. Last year it was the Lunar Chronicles and the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy Chronicles, or series, or however you want to call it. And this year I also have 2. First of all, The Land of Stories by Chris Colfer, finally! I don't know why it took me so long. It's Chris Colfer, first of all. I love Chris Colfer. And it's a fairy tale adaptation children's book series. How have I not read this? I've known it's been out there for like decades. And I haven't read it. So yeah, I'm gonna start that now. The first part is waiting for me at my university dorm. And I'm so ready for it. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna read a really tiny short German series which is called The Mars Project, I think. I kind of got like 1 book of it, like the first part, at some sort of event, I'm not quite sure where, but they are like teeny tiny little small books with like 30 pages or something, so like you really can read them within a day. And there's also 6 of them, and I read the first one, and the writing style wasn't that brilliant, but the story is really interesting. So I want to try and get them, and they also like cost about like €5 or something. So they are like really, yeah, not that expensive or take a lot of time. So I'm gonna try to read through these. Also, I just think it would be really cool in my bookshelf to have like this stack of teeny tiny books. So yeah, those are the 2 series I'm gonna try to read this year. And something new this year that I did, because I have a little notebook in which I write books I really want to read and that I like heard about on BookTube or in newspapers or from friends or whatever, and it's halfway full and I haven't read many of those books, and a lot of them have been out for like a long time and some of them haven't, but they are like exactly my kind of thing. So I really want to get to them, but there's always new books. That's the problem. Like I always forget about the list because there's always new books that I want to read, and then I forget about them and I'm sorry, books. So I made a list to celebrate those books and finally get to them, of 12 books for 2018. So each month I will allow myself to buy or borrow or whatever one of these 12 books and finally read it. Some of them are rather new, some of them are a bit old, but all of them have been on like the top, not really the top because my notebook is quite messy, but like the mental top of my TBR list for like forever. And yeah, I really want to read them. Some of the 12 books are Eliza and Her Monsters, quite a new one, but it sounds amazing. All My Friends Are Superheroes. I think Carrie Hope Fletcher said that that's like her favorite book and it just sounds so amazing and I've wanted to read it for forever, and yeah. The Weight of Zero. This is quite a sad one. I think it's about like depression and stuff, but the way someone described it sounded like it would be like really insightful, so yeah. Kaleidoscope Song. This one hasn't been on my list for too long, but George Lester told me that this is a good like queer book with a purple spine, which I still need for my book Rainbow. So that's on the list. Symptoms of being human, I'm not quite sure what this is about actually. That's also a thing about the list. Like, they've been on there for so long that I don't remember why they're on there, but I know I want to read them. Then there's a German one, Ich und die Menschen, which is about, I think, an alien who possesses a human and then has to figure out how to be human, which is just, it sounds really weird and cool. The rest of us just live here, which, yeah, again, same as with all my friends as superheroes, it just sounds amazing. 1 Million Lovely Letters, again I think this was Carrie Fletcher recommending this one. Playlist for the Dead, super sad, super like depressing and stuff, but it sounds like something I would love. It kind of sounds a bit Mitch Album-y, and I love Mitch Albom. A Quiet Kind of Thunder, who was a girl reading who just put these in her 2017 underrated list. I think it was her. And it has like mute and deaf representation, which I've never read, and it has like sign language, and I really want to read that. It sounds so interesting. None of the above, mostly because it deals with things I haven't read much about, and I've heard that it's an amazing way of presenting. I think it's non-binary or transgender, I'm not quite sure, sorry. But yeah, it has, I heard that it has amazing ways of representing that part of the queer community. And then They Both Die in the End. Again, quite a new addition to the list, but I need it! I just need it! Again, it kind of sounds a bit Mitch Albom-y. Maybe I should just read more Mitch Albom. I think that's what we're getting from this list. That I read books because they sound Mitch Albom-y. And I would hate myself if, like, one day all the books were gone and I haven't read those. So they are on the top of the list, and I want to read them, and I'm gonna in 2018. Again, if you have like any tips and any helpful advice or any own experiences with any of these projects, then please let me know in the comments. I'm a bit at a loss with some of them, as you might be able to tell. But yeah, I hope it'll be a wonderful 2018. Please let me know your plans and resolutions and all that kind of stuff. I'm also still looking for some new creative people to put in my happy notes. Also, if you're new here, at the end of all my videos I do a happy note in the end screen, which you can click and it'll bring you to a video I've loved that week. So yeah, I'm still looking for some new people to put in those happy notes. So if you yourself have a channel you want me to check out, or if you know some other lovely people on here, then please let me know, and maybe they'll end up there. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful start to the year and a wonderful rest of the year, and that all your plans work out the way you want them to. And I hope you always have a reason to smile, and I shall see you soon. Bye!